Pooja, just to do a sound check again, make sure everyone has sound and can see me and everything. Yeah. Okay, very good. We'll begin part 2 of tonight's introduction, orientation. Om Amudapta, Om Amudapta, Om Amudapta, Om Amudapta. That's it. Pooja, and greetings to everyone again. This is part 2 of the orientation evening for the Kemet University and the Egyptian Mystery School and its colleges. The part 1 is going to be saved separately, and this particular video that we're doing now will be saved separately as a introduction to the new course that we're adding to the program, which is the teachings of the Temple of Set, and the resetting of the African Origins certificate course. Now, first of all, we are at the EgyptianMysteries.org website. This is the website that I told you that has the information for the classes, and when you register, you pre-application, and that kind of thing. And then you gain access to the college itself, and that's its own separate website. And you get all that information once you register. So this is the Egyptian Mystery School, which is, as it says here, part of the Kemet University and the Kemet Institute and the Temple of Shedalneter. In previous videos, you can go to look at the information for Level 1, Level 2, Level 3 initiatic studies. What I'm going to be discussing tonight is, or in this particular session, is the what would be considered a separate college of the university. So the Egyptian Mysteries is in one college, and the certificate courses would be considered separate colleges. Each one would be in a separate college of studies, a whole separate area of studies. When I say separate, I mean that they're distinct, not that they are different or that they are not connected. So I mean that they're distinct and they have their own particular avenue of teaching and so on and so forth that connects with the others, but it's still distinct in and of itself. So first of all, I want to discuss African origins. We instituted the African origins course, and this gives you like a syllabus and a rule information video about the course and about the lesson. So you can go into therefore detail. African origins course was a course that I gave several years ago, at a university here in Miami, Florida, at the Florida International University. And it was a one-semester course. And I tried to deliver it that way sort of when we instituted it back in April. And with a particular deadline, but it like I said before, I discussed in the previous video, that does not work well for most people. What works better for most people is to have a more flexible system that they can get to when they can, work at their own pace, and so on and so forth. So now the African Origins course has been converted to that same kind of system, a subscription system. Those who were in the course previously, you have been grandfathered in. If you're registered for the African Origins course and you did not finish, you were supposed to have finished it like a month or two ago or that kind of thing, you're grandfathered in, and you have been given access for a year. So I think most of you have until next April to finish it. So, you can do it at your own pace, at your own time, and you're already, as it's paid up. You don't have anything else to pay to have access. Those who want to gain access to the course may do so in the same way that I'm going to discuss kind of at the end, which is to put an application, and then you get a link to register, and so on and so forth. But this is the African Origins course, your syllabus. It talks about the book that is related to the course, and of course syllabus, how to do the assignments, the video, the readings, and how to post them in the forum, like we've discussed previously. So I'm not going to go into that now. For those of you who are interested, go to the Start Here videos. Well, yeah, that's something Sarah College. So I think what I'll do is I will add a Start Here tab on this website also, or just add it to this video, which I think I might do that. Anyway, we'll do one of those solutions. So, and it gives you an idea of what's in the lessons. You may have audio to listen to, you may have video, you may have reading. Well, you will have readings pretty much in all, I think, the lessons. There's a huge book to go through. And, but it gives you an impression of a lot to do, but it's done in such a way that is accessible and achievable. In this particular course, you're asked to do a final paper, and here are the instructions to do that. And it's not a big deal. It's a different way of having you turn the information of the teaching and put it together, because in doing that, it makes it more inculcated and better understood. So here's a kind of what's in each lesson. So there are 12 lessons, and each lesson has two presentations or 2 classes. So like I said, you can take your time with it, and some people might be able to finish in 6 months, some people might take longer, and that kind of thing. You get access in the same way as I explained before. I believe you get a lesson every 14 days on this system. Each lesson is I think it's either 7 days or every 14 days. But each lesson has 2 classes, which is like getting a class per week. So that's generally how the system goes. So the African Origins is a course based on the African Origins book. And the African Origins book deals with 3 aspects of history. And this is the hardcover original version. It deals with 3 aspects of history. And the importance of history is that it helps you to answer certain questions about life that dog you and that annoy you as a spiritual aspirant, so that you can deal with those questions and you can move on. And it gives you, this is one of the most heavily referenced books that I have, and so it is a very good guide, a very good reference book, a very good authoritative source for everything that it says. Basically, the 3 aspects of history are what is the African origins of African history, meaning that not the Western origins of African history, not the Eastern origins of African history, but the African origins of its own history, and the proofs for those. And what is the proof of of the African origins of Western civilization, like Greece and the Asia Minor, the Mesopotamia? What contribution did ancient Africa have to that? And ancient Africa, mostly we're talking about ancient Egypt. And in volume 3, what is the African origins of Eastern civilization? How did ancient African history contribute to not just Christianity and Islam and Western religions, but also other African religions, but also the Eastern religions? Like how do they contribute to Buddhism, to Hinduism in particular? And this book helps you to have a firm footing and a firm understanding so that you don't have to have those questions that are bothering you. When did Christianity come in? When did Hinduism come in? When did ancient Egyptian religion come in into history? Who was first? Who was second? And how they're related, and so on and so forth. And it's important for people who have doubts or who have issues because maybe they grew up as Christians and the Christian church has told them always that Christianity was ancient and African everything or whatever, but they're interested in African religion, specifically ancient Egyptian, Kemetic religion, so they have things that are dogging them, and this helps to work through those issues. So the African Origins course is now available. Now available in the same way as the other courses of the Egyptian Mystery School are. And I think we're pretty much going to do all of the courses this way because it seems like it to be the most workable format. And this way also, there's not a specific beginning and ending date. It will kind of rolls over. Like I said, people who are coming in new can start at the beginning, and they will get a feedback from the beginning also. So that live component will always be there, as from the standpoint of the chat group, the chat meetings, and the feedback that is directly getting feedback on the lessons. So that is the basic system that we are following now in the Kemet University. So let's go back to now we're back in the Asano College. This is where the classes are delivered. And I'm going to the content page to see all the content that is available to me as a student, if I was a student. So I have access to level 1, I have access to level 2, I have access to the African Origins certificate course, which is here. And let's go and take a look at the first lesson. This is your assignment, your reading assignment. On this one, there will not be an interaction requirement, so it will be removing that section there. Yeah, no, we're changing over to the new system. And this is the actual ebook of, so all your materials and everything are included. You have the book, you have the videos, you have the any audio. And here at the bottom is your forum for the African Origins course. And there's really only one discussion forum, and that's this one. And some people started a separate topic, and you're not supposed to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold those into the main forum, which is this one. And because if you do that, actually don't see I don't look into those forums to see any postings, so I will not see that, so I will not give any feedback on what I don't see. So here you do your posting, and then the same way, you will get a feedback from me, and you see my picture there. And you go through the assignments, you complete them, and also as a student in if we get overwhelmed, we may have to look at it, but we will give access to the chat room for everyone, the public chat room for all students of all the programs. And so everyone can kind of meet and see the important discussions that are going on there. The students in level 2 and level 3 gain access to the archives of the level below. So once you are you go through level 1 and you graduate to level 2 studies, and that's in the let me go back here to the so you can see what I'm talking about. The EM level 1, level 2, level 3. Once you graduate from level 1 to level 2, you still have access to the level 1 archives. So you can see what's going on there, see the activity and the dynamism and the benefit of that. You don't do postings there anymore. You're doing your work in level 2, but you get to keep contact and you get to keep reading, and you get that energy, that live energy of that program as well. And so what I'm talking about now, that for the African origins and the new Temple of Aset, Teachings of the Temple of Aset course, you're going to also have access to the chat room, the live chat room in the Aset College. So that will be an added benefit. Although the students in different areas do like those in the African origins, there are separate registrations, so you don't have access to those archives. It's a little different system that way. So I think the level 1 is really dynamic, and it's really a foundation that everyone should have, the level 1 study. So, and I can't say that more and give more emphasis on that. And I've seen over the years that many people go through and they do studies, but they are superficial, and at least this kind of program gives an opportunity to have more depth than just the surface intellectual aspect of the teaching. And also gives you a capacity to be confirmed or corrected in your understanding, at least philosophically. And it tries to give some emphasis to the feeling of the teaching also. So the teaching has two main aspects, which is the feeling and the intellectual. And so they both have to be given. And so your time practicing in the study rooms is important also. With your study room. And if possible, to practice with others of like minds, practice with others who are on the same path or on a similar path, is important to your success on your personal spiritual path. Okay, so I think that's it for the African origins course. And if anyone has any questions or comments on that before I move on. Okay, so there's no questions, I believe. So we'll go ahead and move on.